Good morning, Ms. Gracia and classmate. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that is something that takes the attention of all the world because it will affect all the economy. There will be a lot of migrants and disaster will happen. More than 3 years after David Cameron unveiled his strategy to reform Europe and put in a referendum, Britain has voted to leave and the Prime Minister has resigned. It is a great disaster to befall the bloc in the 59-year history. The road ahead is unclear. No state has left the European Union before, and the rules for exit contained in Article 50 of the Treaty of Lisbon are brief. Mr. Cameron resigned as Prime Minister shortly after 8 a.m., announcing that he thinks Britain would have a new Prime Minister in place by the start of the Conservative Conference in October. He will leave the task of triggering Article 50 to the successor. Voters have voted in favor of Brexit. British exit from the European Union. That means that in the coming months, British and European leaders will begin negotiating the terms of Britain's departure. Britain's exit will affect the British economy, immigration policy, and lots more. It will take years for the full consequences to become clear, but here are some of the most important changes we can expect in the coming months. The process of leaving the United States will take years. Britain vote to leave the United States is not legally binding, and there are few ways it could theor- theoretically be blocked or overturned. Article 50 of the Treaty of European establishes the procedures for the member state to withdraw from the United States. It requires the member state to notify the United States of its withdrawal uh, and obliges the United States to then try to negotiate a withdrawal agreement with the state. Britain leave vote, however, does not represent the formal notification. That notification could take place within days. For example, when United States member countries meet for a summit that is scheduled for June 29 to 29, 28 to 29, or British officials might wait a few months to pull the trigger. Once Britain invokes Article 50, it will have a 2-year window in which to negotiate a new treaty to replace the terms of United States membership. Britain and United States leaders will have to hash out issues like trade, tariffs, migration, and the regulation of everything from cars to agriculture. In the best case scenario, Britain may be able to negotiate access to the European market that isn't that different from what it has now. Norway is not a member of the United States, but it has agreed to abide by a number of United States rules in exchange for a favorable access to the European Common Market. The consequences of Brexit in the world are the results of the Brexit referendum are in chaos. Over the next 5 months, the UK will be poor and we are likely to hear calls for referenda in several other United States countries. Uh, there will be a new prime minister, mostly like Boris Johnson, markets will largely have recovered elsewhere, although the slowing and weakening of the British pound will add to the economic woes of Japan, Europe, and beyond. If there is contagion that reaches the United States, it will work against the political prospect of Hillary Clinton and in favor for those of Donald Trump. Scotland will be independent and part of Europe, less certain, but quite possibly all of part of Northern Ireland will join Ireland. In 5 months from now, the UK Conservative Party has united behind a new leader who has replaced Prime Minister Cameron and is preparing the country for a general election. Discussions with Europe over a type of association agreement to replace Britain's full uh, European Union membership are proceeding, but rather slowly as several European countries are dealing with their own anti-establishment movements. Economic growth has slowed overall. Financial market volatility has picked up, and recognition is spreading that central banks have become a lot less effective in holding everything together. The optimists hope that will serve as a wake-up call for Western politicians to finally step up to their economic governance disruption. In 5 years, the UK has regained its economic and financial footing and is moving forward. Meanwhile, a few other countries have left the European Union that now more manageable and harmonious, is solidly and anchored by a regovernated French-German partnership. As such, the smaller and more committed European Union is able to better pursue the ever closer union. The world is enjoying a populist movement. Like like all such movements, there is a mob quality to the Brexiters, Trumpistas, and others, but their sentiments rest on real complaints. If national leaders are committed to addressing the real problems that lie beneath the populism, a growing underclass, tides of refugees, and anger government not necessarily is that order. Then Brexit will be a wake-up call. Otherwise, it could be in 1933 all over again, with years of manufactured politics, anger, dangerous decisions, isolationism, and worse ahead. In fact, it's up to those who wish for the crown of leadership to choose.